but I'm gonna try to record that tonight. I've got my mic
Yeah, you guys, we have done so many
ready to
like
go.
little traps along the way of
And he fell into every last one of them
he
except
fell
for
into
one.
every single last
What a
one of them.
dumb son of a
He's
bitch.
really predictable, like super predictable. We
He
knew that if we
patterns
did certain
himself.
things, he would go hide. We knew that if we just divulged certain information, he would go hide. We
I
knew
mean,
that
we
if
can.
we divulged that he would go jump in a trailer. Like we knew and kind of controlled a lot of his movements because he was so predictable.
I feel like at this point it's safe to say what.
Oh yeah, it started way back when. You guys,
That's the first time
do
you and
you
I
remember
got
the Oklahoma video that we put out? Yeah, come
I
on
put
to
out saying
Oklahoma,
like
motherfucker.
everybody's waiting for him on the state line. Everybody's there. Like get there with your cameras. Tassie and I were on the phone with each other. This is the first contact I had with Tassie, and I was like, okay, we know where he is. We can't have him cross it into Oklahoma because we've got nothing set up in
Like
Oklahoma.
nothing in Oklahoma.
There
Like they
wasn't
didn't care.
anything.
And it was like 1 hour to get across the
Yeah,
panhandle
it was.
of
He could have done
Oklahoma.
it the same day, and so I was like, I have an idea. I'm gonna put a video out and say like, oh my god, I just got off the phone with Texas Southwest cattle raisers, and they're ready for him. They're sitting there at every place you can get into Oklahoma, blah blah blah. And like 20 minutes after I posted that video, Matisse commented on it and said, "This is the worst bluff ever." And I was like, you've never seen Princess Bride, have you? Because there's the scene like, I know that you would have thought to do this and the with Vizzini and the drinks, the poison drinks. And I was trying to play it like that. Like I was like, you can call my bluff, but I'm not going to give up the ghost on it.
Okay.
And he stayed in North Texas for 2 more weeks after that. He was
Yep.
right there. He could have easily gotten into Oklahoma.
He
But this
wouldn't go
dumb
anywhere.
SOB set because of that video.
And it was also because everybody was saying like New Mexico, blah, blah, blah. Everybody was in our comments saying all this. And we knew that Matisse was watching all of it. But I also knew that he really needed to take some of the pressure off of himself to show that he was like trying to do what's right by the horses, because he had just gotten Pete at that time and everybody was talking mad shit to him for
That
getting a
didn't last
20-year-old
long.
unconditioned horse pulled out of pasture with that's lame in the hind end. And so Matisse is his brother. So I did a whole thing where I had a burner account and I told him, hey, I know I'm connecting to you through a burner account, but it's because I'm a really well-known barrel racer and I do not want my information getting out. But I do have a pack mule.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the pack mule. I'll even give the pack saddle, but you have to give me the pack saddle back because that is a family heirloom. And we had him going for a while, for like a long time, to get him into New Mexico. I was like, I'm coming from Colorado, so New Mexico is kind of like our midway. And during that time, we were talking to the brand inspectors and to other people.
And Texas Animal Health Commission.
Yeah, like it was all over the place.
Shout out to Danny.
And so we knew that if we could get him into New Mexico, they were waiting for him there. So it got all the way to the point where he was supposed to come and meet us, and our spotter, sucks that we don't know everybody that's going across, but our spotter opened her big mouth and he caught wind of it. And she was the only person that we had at that moment that was going to be able to go down there and catch it, to be able, and she knew horses. So she was able to make like a valid claim on, look at this horse here, here, here. This is how they started, blah, blah, blah. So we had to use her. It's the only one I had. And she shit the pot on us. But I mean, it's been from there. We've done it all over and over and over again.
And
like
everything we've done is put him exactly where we needed him because he's not smart.
And we've dropped him in law enforcement's lap, literally so many friggin' times. It just sucks that it looks like law enforcement, either their hands are tied or they don't care.
So he's gone through a lot of small counties, and I am in a county of like 7,000 people. So like I understand law enforcement in small counties. The problem is like either there aren't enough of them or they expect them to be passing through so they're not going to mess with it, or it's not going to make enough money for the county to bother stopping it. Like here we have a lot of people get away with stuff because we have like we're on the drug corridor from Mexico through
Hold on
Texas.
1 second. Sorry. Someone's saying that LE does not handle animal welfare. Maybe where you live, but in many counties across the United States, they absolutely do.
Yeah, most of the time they do. In Texas, it's county law enforcement, the sheriff's department.
Yeah. So maybe not in your area and not in big cities, but he went through a lot of rural America.
Yeah.
Where these small towns have one sheriff, two sheriffs, and that's what they have for their animal control, for their emergency services. That's what they have.
Yeah. And the thing is, like in small counties, it almost costs the county money to do stuff like that. And so some of them won't stop because of that, and some of them are encouraged not to bother with it because they don't want a bad name because they stopped somebody and took their horses away. It's a whole thing. So 8/22 is actually his court date, guys.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 8/22 or 8/23.
8/22, but also like that's an arraignment date. He could totally call in and plead no contest and never show up, and
true.
They don't necessarily like. That's the thing.
I know I can't say it. Leave me alone, Pascal. Rural.
No. That first U is silent. It's rural.
No, it's not.
Rural. It's rural.
Rural.
The U is silent. Rural.
It's rural.
That's kind of like when people ask me where I went to high school, I say Three Rivers. That's Three Rivers, but down here we just say Three Rivers. One long word.
Rural. I can't say it, you guys. I'm sorry.
You sound like your mouth is full of marshmallows.
There's only like I just realized that I can't actually say it, but rural. It just doesn't work. Areas.
He goes through a bunch of non-metropolitan areas.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's Creek.
I know. Are all of you guys at home right now trying to say rural out loud?
Somebody grew up near Three Rivers. That's interesting.
I can say Creek. See, now everybody's trying to do it. It's not just me.
I live in Oakville, Pterodactyl Minerals, not that far.
Rural? Okay, so Earl with an R in front of it. Rural. It still sounds weird. Oh, I'm from the desert, Coyote.
Yeah, it's Coyote. Unless it's the people bringing people across the border.
Coyote.
Then it's Coyote. Pterodactyl, nothing's changed except for Van sold to somebody who ruined the barbecue.
I know, it's like almost has so much audacity.
Bro, the last thing.
I know, like the audacity, like just it gets you guys. If you saw half the shit, we can't put out yet, but we will. I promise you, we will. God. But when we put out all of the stuff, you guys only have seen like this just minor little smidge.
I'm just saying, like, I have famous cousins and famous friends. Like Great Divide played over here at the benefit, and I wound up on the tour bus for 2 hours hanging out and bullshitting with them. But like, people of note don't tell you they're of note.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up with Nolan Ryan as a family friend, and he's just Mr. Ryan. Like, he's not like, hi, I'm Nolan Ryan, I'm famous.
Okay, so my aunt, Joanna Curley Kerner, was a producer for the Bill Cosby show, right? Like,
I'm so sorry.
Back before all this came out. And she's like the most normal person in the world. But then I also have a second cousin. You know how it is. And he also, I haven't met him, but supposedly my dad used to play with him as a kid.
Does his name in filmed media rhyme with Flagnum CY?
Yes.
Was he on a show that rhymes with Screw Floods?
You know what? I don't even know.
Yeah, he was Blue Bloods.
Yeah, I don't know. He's actually not from my time. I know you don't believe that. I think Pete is still recognizable, you guys. And we,
Nari listened to my horse show song on Spotify. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, Becca Recca. Oh, Jesus criminy. Yes, there is a lot of reasons of why the shoes could look like that. But it is very good to note that he does need a PPE 100%.
Well, also, like, even if the breakover is wrong, the shoes still shouldn't have worn that fast. And if they did, you need to adjust your schedule. Like, that's the thing. Like, Jeff did a really good video on it. But the one thing I think he probably just forgot to say because I know he knows what he's talking about. But like, if I have some even show horses and they wear a shoe over an 8 week period in the winter when I'm not shoeing them as frequently, if they wear it more than 8 weeks dictates, then I will move them to a 6 week schedule, even though they don't necessarily.
Correct. Yeah, and there's springtime when when the hooves grow a little bit faster too, and I will sometimes move my 6 week schedule to a 5 week schedule. Whatever it is, I watch my horse's hooves, which is what the responsible horse owner does, right? And what farriers do too. But Jeff also made a really good point in our little chat, and that is that he wasn't properly prepared anyways because there's no barium. And when doing a long trek like this, especially when you're going over road, think about what he did in Texas. He was on the road almost the entire time.
He loped on the road.
No barium. Like
Borium.
Oh, well, I've called it barium for my whole life. Whatever. You guys know I don't talk right. It is what it is.
I'm calling Mark Chad for a month and a half. He texted me, hey, where's that Chad dude's place? Chad? When was there a Chad?
Well, Michael Ridge's horse's shoes has never been like that. You know why? Because he takes care of his animals first. If they don't eat, he doesn't eat.
Yeah, he learned to do it too so that he could handle it himself and not have to rely on somebody else.
Because he's not always in a place where he knows a farrier. And that is what... Oh, barium's for colonoscopy. Okay, so we don't want to say barium. It's borium. My bad.
I mean, honestly, with the condition of those horses, it might be smart anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Big Jeff Easy, you want to come on?
Jeff, get in here, bro.
I'm gonna send you an invite.
I'm gonna get a piece of cake.
Yeah, Michael Ridge is. If I had time to go and just spend a summer with Michael Ridge to learn, I would 1,000,000 times over. Like I would pay him to show me the ropes. Yeah, he's got I can listen to him all day too. He's got the calmest voice. You can feel that he oozes like love, right? And just for what he does for his life, he knows so much about the landscapes that he's staying on. He knows I swear to God, like everything about horticulture, and he leaves places better than when he came in. I mean, that would be like a dream summer for me to go and just absorb the information that he has to give.
Dude, if I was independently wealthy, I would just quit everything and go do that. Learn from him and then just.
There's only one reason I don't.
Those bastards.
Those bastards ruin everything.
What's the saying? Fuck them kids.
I can't say that. The hills have eyes.
He's playing his Pokemons over there.
Oh my God, I can't believe my eldest one is going to... No, heck no, Catherine, I would take my dogs with me. But I wouldn't take my kids with me. So I've got, I have a 4-year-old daughter, so I have 14 years left in the parent tentury.
I would totally take my nieces and nephews. They would love it.
Not for a whole summer and trying to learn. I feel like it would be a distraction, especially my kids. It would be a distraction.
That's what they do on they're ranch kids, man. They're always good. They pick wild okra and like they already do that crap. They'd love to do it out there.
Yeah,
horseback.
I wouldn't take mine because it would be a distraction. Big time, because they also are the kind that are like looking for snakes and lizards and which is cool, but no, it's the parent tentury.
This is some damn good cake.
I'm stuck. Someone's sending me photos, and you too. Oh, that's where this was taken. Oh. She has a picture of where that was taken. I wonder if it's the same spot. Oh, no. I got to see the picture because it's the one that has the kayak. I know exactly where that was. And that's not where the fire was.
That's a damn shame.
But he didn't stay there. He was only passing through. I know the mother-in-law that was there. Well, we know that Cyril can't shoe a horse.
He should have organized farriers along the way. Gotten in contact. I mean, it's easy, dude. Everybody's got a Facebook now. reputable farriers sometimes, if they're old school, don't, but a lot of reputable farriers will have like a Facebook advertising their shoeing. You know, they're easy to find. You call horse trainers in the area, they'll tell you he's good. There was a fire in Post Falls on 8-4, and they don't know who started it. Dude, he claims he has a team of a lot of things, and it's all a lie. Yeah, and then he ditched the screwdriver and then asked somebody in Montana if they had a screwdriver so he could pull a shoe. But still maintain that he just did that to troll us. Yeah, if he'd the crazier thing to me is the initial post on Facebook when he was like, before he'd ever started, he said any advice would be appreciated. People tried to give him advice the whole way. We tried to be nice about it for about the first month. And then he was just like,
yeah, I was nice about it for the first 2 weeks. Once I saw that he wasn't responding, the first thing that irked me is that I saw, on 8-3, okay. As soon as I saw that people were commenting things and he wasn't listening, like say the bit, right? I was like, he is not paying attention to shit. He doesn't want to hear nothing. I was like, but let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's keep watching. So I kept watching, and again, he wasn't responding to any comments or in a video. He just kind of acted like everything was still just going on. And I'm like, okay, so he's not paying attention. Then the video came out where he had taken the horses for 4 days or whatever it was after he was told for 2 weeks. And look at that. Big Jeff says I offered him farriers lined up for him along the way.
I offered to get him hooked up with horse trainers along the way so he could have a stall and a bed. And he blocked me.
Oh, you guys are so nice. Well, and we also know Long Rider Pete. Did you see that? Did you see that Long Rider Pete? Hey, did you understand what that screen? It's in the public groups, so I'm not like worried about. Did you understand what that?
I didn't even look at it because Long Rider Pete has rubbed me the wrong way the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
He keeps trying to start shit.
He does, and with people that are like kind-hearted and trying to like help
and just stupid shit. Like he made a bunch of posts accusing me of making the Tinder screenshots. Now you saw where I got them. I got them from somebody who legit saw him on Tinder in Jackson.
Yeah,
like I did not make those, and just he kept trying to breed distrust in what we were doing, and I wasn't about it. So I don't even entertain him.
Yeah, it was him and Josh. They were both trying to breed the mistrust. I don't know why. It was so weird because we're all on the same team, really, and which is the horses team.
Josh, I think, got a little butthurt when
he wasn't the one finding him.
Yeah, and we did that because we had to, because every time he found him, he kind of like didn't necessarily accost him, but he made it a big deal that he'd found him and got right on his ass, and then he ran away and hid. And so it just made
he would put it up on social media, but it wasn't like doing anything, right? It wasn't. He wouldn't tell us where he was. Reese he was just paparazziing. That's all it was. It was just paparazzi work. And when we were asking for spotters and for videos from the spotters, it was for two reasons. One, we wanted confirmation that he was actually there. Second, I wanted to see what those horses are walking like. What do they look like right now? Am I able to use this with law enforcement? Is there something that it can be seen inside this video that I'm able to get to law enforcement as evidence? And Joshua wasn't doing that. He was just posting up videos and then starting shit and saying I was cash grabbing and all this stupid shit. And I was like, listen, I was sharing information with him. Huh?
He bred more distrust in what we were doing than anybody, I think. And it's because he didn't feel like he was a part of it. Like everybody is a part of it who wants to contribute.
I was sending him info and he wouldn't send me info back. I was sending him gas money, but he wouldn't give me info.
That's the problem we had with several people who, like everybody who wants to be a part of this, absolutely
wanted our information, and that was it.
Yeah. Not even just that though. They wanted to be right, and they didn't want to be a team player. And like the five of us that were in the background, kind of helping coordinate, like there was a lot of need to know stuff through the whole time, right? Yes. Because things could have gone completely foobar if we hadn't kept quiet about certain things. But when it comes to Josh, like the time we found him in Floyd Data, and we didn't share that because we didn't want it to get out until
we didn't want him to run,
yeah,
because we knew where he was, and we had a spotter that was inconspicuous that he did not know.
Still doesn't know who it was.
No, he still doesn't know who she is.
He still has no idea. Mm-hmm. But we found them, and then that's about the time we all got blocked and you got accused of cash grabbing. But it's because we were out here doing the work and not trying to get freaking YouTube and TikTok famous over it.
Correct.
Like, there's a reason I post once or twice a month.
The things that were shared were done intentionally, you guys. We shared things because we knew that Matisse was watching. We knew that Cyril was going to eventually watch. We knew that we can kind of somewhat direct movements with what it was that we said. But in the very beginning, I was kind of testing the waters and seeing, if I do this, is he going to do this? Because I didn't know him, right? I didn't know his trends yet. And so I would put little things out there just to see what that would make him do. And is he even paying attention to us? Is he even listening to what we're doing? And yes, he was. So with that, once we figured out what his...
Yeah, that was pretty funny when he joined the live.
Yeah, when he joined the live on us, but we found out, but we could tell that we were controlling movements that way. And so we would intentionally even have people spotters to where they were on purpose, that he would see them so that he would hide. We knew the area, it was small, we knew we'd find him again, but we wanted the horses to rest, or we wanted them to get feed, whatever it is. And that's one of those things that it's hard because we didn't want him to continue on, but we also didn't want the horses to drop and die.
You see Jeff's comment?
What happened?
The counter intel in our group text is more than some of the psyops I've worked with.
And that's not even, we have like a million chats going on with a million different people.
But the thing too, like, we tried to play it smart. There's a reason I almost called Marissa Maureen.
Oops.
Don't tell her. But Marissa and I haven't posted just a ton about this. We posted when we needed to post, but like I post once or twice a month, right? Tassie's kind of the update source. You know, Bree and I and Marissa all jump in the comments, and Claire. And, you know, if we see something that's misinformation, we'll correct it, whatever. But for the most part, like, we let Tassie spearhead it, and she's done a fantastic job of it. And she was the one that was able to provide updates. It was easier to have one person do it instead of have 3 or 4 people do it. And
all at the same time.
Yeah, and that just seems clout grabby. The one video we did do like that was the cinematic one, but it's because at that time we all kind of had separate audiences.
Yeah.
So we did that on purpose. Like, everybody wasn't following all of us, so we put it in front of as many eyes as we could. But
my following was all pretty much horse people because of my filly. I guess all of us were kind of in the horse realm, but it was all different. Like, you were very in the different. Western.
I'm on the horse trainer rancher side.
Yeah.
You're on
the hippie side.
Like the hippie hobbyist, like, which not hobbyist is a bad thing, but like, and then
no, I do it as a hobby. It's not my job.
Yeah, and like you don't go to like show all the your whole world isn't showing like mine is.
None of my world is showing.
Yeah. And then you've got Claire, who's an aspiring horse trainer, you know, and I think she told me her background was like Western pleasure-y type stuff, like all-arounders, you know. So there were just completely different sides. And then you have Bree. Bree's very like R+, clicker training, like natural.
Yeah, she's probably the most similar with my style of thinking. Yeah,
but still at the completely different.
Yes, because she's more on the legislative side, and she's a lot more organized. You guys, I am a great public speaker. Well, except for I can't say words correctly, but it's very easy for me to talk to large groups of people. Bree, it's not easy for her to do that, but on the organizational side of things, that girl is a monster. You guys should see.
Day one, before she even got put in the fold, before we even had a fold, she was already like. The stuff she's put together.
Oh, she's here. Do you want to come in, Bree? Are you working?
Day by day timeline. It's impressive. I'm about to get her to do my scheduling.
Oh, she can come in. Hey. Okay, hold on.
No, Jeff, you didn't hurt us more than you helped at all. Like, you were invaluable for a lot of this. Like, you have a bigger like audience than all of us. So when you'd make a video stitching us, that helped a ton.
I don't know. Does he have a bigger audience than Marissa?
I mean, what do you?
I don't know. I'm just messing around. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm trying to start shit between them.
Yeah. And there's Danny. Danny was good too. He was good advice for a lot of this.
Yeah, Danny was coming through on the East Texas Panhandle side and knew a lot more about that area than we did. What's
I feel
up,
like
Daddy?
you get lost easy on a road trip, Cassie.
Really would.
That was West Texas.
Oh, it's not the first time I've done that. Okay, you
Oh,
guys, I'm
12
kind of
hours
like a
away.
blonde, but I'm smart, but like I have really dumb moments.
Yeah, and we had Danny set up as a contingency too, and I'm kind of disappointed that didn't happen
The what?
because that would have ended a lot. Danny was our contingency for if he did show up in West Texas,
Yeah.
and that would have at
Oh,
least.
yeah. Danny,
that
I won't
probably
say
would've-
what you did on live. I won't say it because I don't want, trouble, but what you did go do.
No, it's past the point of trouble.
Oh, is it past the part of trouble now, Danny?
I think, right, Danny? For now.
For the drive-by? Okay. So Danny actually went into New Mexico to check and see, and this is not his area, whether or not, well, I guess, should we back up? Can we give more info on you, Danny? I don't want to give too much where it could hurt you.
Well, Danny, let's just say Danny had the authority to get. Well, I don't think it's going to hurt him out, but Danny, you're in Kansas now, right? Or Nebraska, one of those flyover states. Or are you still in Oklahoma? I've been so damn busy. I haven't even talked. He's in Oklahoma now, so. But
Okay.
Danny was our guy who, when our spotter leaked, we were really hoping that he was still going to haul over to the Allsups that we scheduled him to be at New Mexico with the brand inspector in New Mexico. And Danny was our guy who jumped in the truck and went to see if he was there when we didn't have a spotter. And if he'd have gone there, which spotter gave the information too early, I don't even think he ever wound up over by Muleshoe.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But if the spotter hadn't leaked, we potentially could have gotten him stopped or requisitioned in Texas to go back to his point of origin for the duration of however long it took him to bring his paperwork current.
Yeah. So we had, and I want to say, we had people like this. I mean, not to take anything away from you, Danny, because you were actually one of the first ones that jumped in on there and said, like, fuck this dude.
Yeah, he was ready to end it.
Yeah, but we've had so many spotters across the U.S. that were willing to go above and beyond and above and under just to make sure he was stopped or that he was dropped into law enforcement's hands. And I mean, we're in different time zones, so we would be up until 2, 3 in the morning, all of us, trying to coordinate, plan, think.
Well, that one night I didn't sleep for 48 hours.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare.
And Idaho and Washington folks in the very end just really.
It's crazy. It's almost like his story had to get big enough to reach everybody because we had so many people out there just waiting for it.
Yeah, like, and when we were going through the first parts of the area, not everybody actually knew who he was, like I'd have people say like, I just kind of stumbled across this guy and I saw him and he was telling me about it and I went and looked him up and I found all your guys' stuff. But I mean, had we have gotten it out, I feel bad that we didn't get it out further. But I mean, my following was only 10,000 something or 11,000 when I started this.
Dude, mine was 255.
I could go live when we started all this, but I still don't have like a huge platform. Not to say that I'm not grateful for what I have.
This is not how I planned to go viral. I started this account for my music and then just posted stupid crap while I was waiting on my producer to get me mixes. And then I make one damn video and got like 3,500 followers off of it. And I was like, this feels dirty, but now I'm in it and I'm going to stay the course.
Come on, guys. Come inside. Come on.
Tara, that might be too old for him.
You guys, I'm going to bring my dogs in real quick. Just getting to the hotter part of the day.
There were a lot of people from the UK that were offering to help.
Tilly, don't make me come get you off underneath of there.
There
were a ton in the UK.
There was a news publication in Hungary that posted.
Come on, sweet thing.
Hungary.
Come inside.
Who's hungry?
Come on, Tilly Willy. I swear, does anybody else have dogs that like do not like to come inside when it's hot?
Yes, and mine's black and 100 pounds, and it's bad.
Like I tried to get them in around noon today, and they wouldn't come in. And now I'm trying to get them. Right now it's 4:00, and it's getting to the hottest part of the day, and I really want her to come in. Come on, come on, mommy. And she decided to go underneath.
We've got people asking about Pete in the chat. Pete's with Falcon. That's as much as we can say.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab her real quick. Come on, I don't want you staying out here. It's too hot, Mama. It's too hot. Come on.
What is this now? Young girl who let him stay in East Texas. He was never in East Texas, Chelsea.
I know, it's cool, huh? Good girl.
He was only over in West Texas.
Come on. There's my Tilly.
Aww.
Oh! And that's her son.
Oh, what a cutie.
They're a pain in the ass.
Don't you just love not having a yard with grass in Texas because everything burns up and dies?
Oh no, my backyard would have grass if it weren't for my dogs and my children. It did have grass when I moved here.
But it's very brown.
My dogs really like to be outside. Come on, Brucey. And I have to like do a whole thing, a shift, because Tilly attacks my Frenchie. So they can't be out at the same time. So I have to do like musical dogs where they can be in at some points and then the other ones have to come in. I have to put the other ones out. Like, it's annoying.
But yeah, we know where they are. It's kind of an evolving situation. That's about as much as we can say. They're in Stevensville. But he put that on the sale ad, so I feel safe saying that.
Nothing? Danny?
It was a dry heat in West Texas, I can tell you that. Dry heat's always better than humid.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be more than here. I feel like it's humid here right now.
It is. It's bad today.
No, you guys, he did not dump Pete. He still has Pete.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean not to watch, because it might still happen, but I still want you guys to look.
Yeah, Jenny.
As of right now, he still has him.
Yeah, Jenny, we have a plan, but like I said, it's an evolving situation. We can only share so much right now. Plus, we still don't know what's coming of scraps. We're not sure about what actually happened there.
Yeah, we don't. For Washington, they still haven't released the report, so we're still waiting on that to come out.
Well, yeah. And Idaho too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Idaho. We won't know. The arraignment's not until the 22nd.
I mean,
they did not say how long it takes.
Yeah, we know he made contact with LE. That's as far as it goes.
I would say, does anybody know, like, platinum? Not that he's going to make it to platinum, because platinum you have to have.
Yeah, he's not going to be at any major sale. No major sale is going to take those words.
Yeah, because they have to have a PPE on file for platinum.
So, typically for the majors, for platinum, Bozeman probably doesn't, but any major sale, like big money sales where horses do regularly sell for 50, 60 grand, most of the time they're going to require some level of PPE. Typically they're going to want hawk x-rays. There's a lot that goes into it, and most of them are not going to take grade aged horses unless they have accomplished something. And this is not an accomplishment in their eyes.
No, not being drug over 2,000 miles.
Also, I did look up what the dispatch manager salary is for AI Fleet today. I don't know how I hadn't before.
Is it 60,000?
Do what?
Is it 60,000?
High end, it's listed as between 71 and 95. Short of six figures by $5,000 at the least. So everything about this trip has been
anybody that doesn't know anything about Austin. First of all, Austin is not. It's not Texas. It's in Texas, but it's not Texas. And the pricing also reflects that. It's basically California in the middle of Texas. Yeah, the pricing, $100,000 goes about as far as $100,000 goes in San Diego or Los Angeles. So he was actually, why are you so
he's
cool?
on LinkedIn. He's easy to find on there.
Austin and Dallas, that was Austin and Houston.
What's this now?
Someone that, you don't miss San Diego? Oh, I miss San Diego. I don't miss the pricing and the politics, but I do miss the food and the beach.
We're all aware of what San Diego means, right?
Whale's vagina.
German. Yes, whale's vagina. Not many people realize that.
No, so Chelsea, the sales photo that he had of Falcon,
they're horrible. Dude, if I have horses that are worth 60 grand in my barn, and if I took photos like that, I wouldn't sell them for more than 2.
Yeah, for real. Well, but someone asked if those were old photos. No, they weren't. They were the photos that when ACS was there. Come on, Bubba, come inside. When ACS was there in the parking lot in the live, and he was down inside the bushes by the lake or whatever, or the river, that's where he was. That's where that picture was taken.
I think that's the longest he's ever been in any bush.
They're so bad.
They're not good. But like, first of all, he should, if he wanted to get sale photos, he should have got a competent equine photographer instead of Ginger Billy.
Ginger Billy Bob.
Like, the dude took shit pictures. And I looked at his Instagram, his photography Instagram. He just does take shit pictures. Like,
I mean, he could have done so much better though, even being like not an equine photographer. The thing is that as a seller, you should know what positions to put your horse into for decent photos for a $50,000 horse. Like,
apparently people on Facebook are saying they're asking $15K for Pete now.
That's what we've heard.
Yeah. Speculation is.
It's speculation. We don't know 100%. I've also heard 10 and 12, so yeah, they could have literally Googled equine photography to see what positions to put your horse into for.
I mean, but even if you don't know how to take equine pictures or sale pictures, like, you should just naturally know. Probably hide the ribs and top line if they look like that.
Yeah, and that equine photographer is sitting there and saying like, "Oh, the horses look great." Bitch, you couldn't even take a good picture of them.
Oh, apparently Anubis says Pete's for sale just went up on Instagram. Let me fire up the old laptop.
Yeah, let me see.
What the hell? Why is this not working? I need a new computer so bad.
If you look at a lot of stuff, what I thought was really funny on his sales ad for Falcon, besides all the wording, is at the end he sent people to his IG of the 2 raw to ride, and I was like, maybe.
Yeah, let's look at the bad stuff.
Maybe you shouldn't do that.
So also the other thing is, people were like, I saw a couple of people be
it's
like,
on his IG.
He wrote that sale ad so great, and I'm like, he uses words horse people have never in the history of horses used.
Muscular. Not muscular.
What was the one I pointed out in the chat? There was one I pointed out in the chat. Like, first of all, like,
it's on his IG.
I've never heard anybody call a horse glossy. Like, he's not a damn picture. We're not painting a house. Like,
look on his IG, Bree.
Yeah, it did kind of seem ChatGPT-ish. But the buzzwords he used are buzzwords that have never been used in horse ads.
I don't see Pete on. Is Pete on there? Sorry, who saw his?
Jim says it's on clicks. Just look for horses in Stephenville.
They removed it already? That was fast.
I didn't realize I was muted. I was. But yeah, I was clicking all of his links.
It's on his link tree, but not on the site.
I clicked his link tree.
No, so maybe it's just not connected right now. Oh no, Andy's saying I'm on Horse Clicks right now. Do you see any quarter horses in Montana?
They pulled the ad, so it's going to deflect something else, it looks like. Because that's what happened when they pulled Falcon's ad, and I went to it this morning. It just went to a general horse, just some random horse.
Showed like it showed, if you go to Cyril Berthow, whatever the fuck you say for his name. Berthow, bitch face.
Fuck up.
If you go to his Horse Clicks, it still shows like the ad title, but if you click on the ad title, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the owner of Horse Clicks has seen this whole thing playing out, and maybe they just removed it.
You know, for me, Horse Clicks has never been a viable sales site, but after they pulled that ad, I might try. Burnt toe. That dude got some tiny feet, don't he? You see him riding in the water? The micropene argument sounds a lot more viable now.
I don't know. I saw like a lot of, when he was next to the horses and next to that police officer, either that police officer was really large or he's really short.
Cyril's not very tall.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's got it's called a micropene.
But like, yeah, see how they're tiny. He got little feet.
Yeah, that is a jump scare.
Right there,
thanks.
That right there is why he didn't get sore riding a horse with that prominent of withers, like bareback.
Someone said I'll call him Baby Carrot.
No, that's giving him too much credit.
Yeah, he looks like he's small. Like I could take him.
My freaking
I know
internet.
I carry more horse feed than he does.
Yeah. It's so weird. My freaking Wi-Fi is not connected to my computer all of a sudden.
18,000 now for Pete?
Since when?
I just got
Is that the price he's had on him?
I just got a violation.
For what? Oh, I know why.
For harassment.
That's why I took my camera.
I don't have a picture of anything. The link works now, 18,000.
This fucking bullshit internet. I need an IT guy to come help me figure this out.
Someone let me see the ad.
The an internet guy.
Can we just talk about this?
Where are the pictures?
What is this?
Is it? Let me see a picture of his top line.
You notice he cut that one off right before the. Oh my gosh, that is.
Hang on.
Hold on, I'm gonna go.
It's as bad as we thought it was.
Jesus Christ.
He's
Look
dead
how
inside.
pathetic he looks. He looks like he is just on his death. Like his face, dude.
That's
his face tells you everything.
That is horrible. I cannot believe he is trying to get $18,000 for this.
It's because of his own self-importance. He's basing the price off of what he thinks him touching a horse makes them worth instead of what a horse is worth. He just, dude, those eyes, man.
Heat, tension.
Yeah, he filtered the hell out of that too.
No neck. Oh my God.
Look at the ears.
Look at that.
The ears? Yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to send it to me on Insta, my Insta's linked.
Oh my God, you guys, the way that he talks about these horses, the last sentence.
Read the ad. Somebody read the
harassment.
What are we harassing? We're critiquing sale ads.
This, by the way, is still happening.
Thank you, Sandy. By the way, Sandy knows the girl that I bought the halter from. She knows the girl.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, really?
She's like, yeah, she's a total bitch.
So, well, you know, it sucks because you're a horrible buyer.
He's still trying to drag this horse. He thinks that this is a good picture.
All right, hold on.
That's not even recent.
Can someone send a link through our chat?
Oh, maybe it was recent. That's the same shirt. That farmer shirt, man.
Can to me, that's send a link
the convenient flag over his body.
That actually, you know, that's on purpose.
All right, you guys. So he embodies the pinnacle of equine beauty, athleticism, and toughness with a stoic temperament. Once again, break this down. Stoic means shut down, making him a prized asset and great companion for any buyer. First of all, run-on sentence. Second, physically, Pete possesses a slim build.
He didn't earlier. He didn't even possess a slim build when he was working cows on him.
We call that emaciated, not slim build.
Yeah.
We call that hips.
We call that we don't feed our horses.
Showcasing his endurance and stamina acquired over 3 months of navigating through all kinds of tough and rugged terrain on his journey as a pack horse from Texas to Washington.
Please tell me it says for the venerated Cyril Berteau. You know his name's in there somewhere.
He's very easy to pack, stands still while packing, and easy to lead from lead horse. Pete has also worked cows before and raced barrels when he was younger.
He raced barrels. He didn't run barrels. He raced them. I wonder if the barrels were faster than him.
Yeah. Pete is almost bomb-proof and possesses very few vices. Oh, I wonder what those vices are. He'll go anywhere, goes into creeks and over logs with anyone on his back, and is not afraid of anything, including wildlife, loud noises, trains, guns, because he shot off of him, right? Or anything else you think of. Has a lot of energy, which people are usually surprised by for a 20-year-old horse. He said, has a lot of energy, which people are usually surprised by for a 20-year-old horse.
Why would that surprise people?
Yeah. Therefore, is not kid broke. He sometimes will pull his hind legs when shoeing him, but nothing bad.
Yeah, it's because he's freaking lame in the hock.
It hurts. Pete sells 100% sound and is up to date on vaccines and dewormer. Bullshit. Standing tall with soft eyes. He exudes an aura of elegance and nobility, making him a true sight to behold. You can see.
Did he write the script for fucking Skyrim? Like
he probably used an AI chat, chat GPT.
Yeah, is it GPT?
Matted. He's got freaking mats in his tail, and he hadn't even gone through brush.
Oh my god, that's like a whole dread. You're right.
He exudes an aura, making a true sight to behold. Oh, you can see more pictures and videos of Pete on Instagram at Too Raw to Ride. And he sends people over to Raw to Ride.
Gross.
I am going to...
Where to go?
I'm going to have him write my sell ads from now on.
No, don't. Not if you want to get him sold. Oh my god.
It's gone.
It doesn't work now.
It's gone. I'm glad we read it while we had a chance.
Oh my god. Slim build seems to be a recurring theme for him.
My favorite part though of Falcon's ad was Cyril Berteau's lead horse.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're a nobody. You're an absolute freaking nobody.
That's ridiculous.
He's so famous. You guys, he is a champion.
I don't think he pulled him down. I think Horseback pulled him down. Oh, my 12-year-old niece, almost 12-year-old niece just texted me. Hey, what's up, Uncle Wes? It's Ray. I got a new phone. She's my stall help sometime.
Oh, now he's 16,000? He can't even make up his mind what he's selling this horse for.
Because we just critiqued the ad and pointed out how stupid it was. Now he's like,
I'll drop 2,000.
Yeah, we'll drop 2,000 for a badly written ad.
Ooh, I would give that horse so much good food.
I bet you he's bad reviewing ChatGPT right now.
Wasn't he in AI? Isn't he a tech guy? The adapter's screwed up on my computer. This is such bullshit.
Real story real question. Is English his second language or no?
I don't think so.
Like, I'm sure he speaks French, right?
I think he seems to me like he was probably raised in a house where there were 3 languages. He speaks Spanish, French, we know that.
English?
No, he speaks French and Dutch.
Okay. Basic, you want to come in? Did you see the newest ad?
Oh, it's great. It's like how when screenwriters who have never like cowboyed write a cowboy movie and it makes no sense. That's how that ad is.
Oh my god.
It's such a...
How did people just like let him go with these horses?
For real.
Honestly. Like we're not altering anything. Like we haven't tried to do any like crazy like behind the scenes things. Like we are all looking at the same things that he's posting himself.
That's the wildest part, man. Yeah, Sandy's right. It's like a Japanese cowboy movie. It's like spaghetti westerns, like the old, like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and like how you're like.
Can we? I just had a funny thought. Can you guys remember that video of when he was like all unhinged?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Can we do a bad lip reading on him?
Bro, I could probably do it, but somebody could probably do it better.
We gotta do a bad lip read on him.
You know
we have
who
to,
I know?
because he's like talking with his teeth and like Like,
It's
Oh,
so
honey,
I
he
have,
has
so
been
I have
behind
the
wild.
video,
Texas
you
for a
guys.
very long time.
Oh my God. We've got to do a bad lip read.
Who's just like great at shit like that?
I don't know.
Not
Anybody that's
me.
really good at the bad lip reads, hit me up and I'll send you the video and we'll go through it together. I don't care, but you got to be good at it.
It's still not coming up for me.
Oh, he's definitely not Texan. I know that.
No, he's far from it.
I'm surprised
But
we should be
honestly,
thinking of this.
there's a chance that he was raised in New York and went to school at a boarding school in Montreal because his dad's business is centralized in New York, like it's incorporated in New York. It's just as possible he was born there, raised there, and then shipped off to boarding school and college.
Do you have water, buddy?
Cyril, give me
Around
tea.
the board. So he's taking both the ads down now?
I really don't think he's taking him down, though.
Is Serena the one making him for him?
I don't think so because we know how
If
Serena
she is, she needs to be fired.
Serena, answer my text.
But it's not my cookies. It's like it's not even finding the Wi-Fi. So I think my adapter's out, which is like a 6-year-old computer, so it's about time to replace it anyway.
Yeah, I wonder if they both went under review again. I bet you the person that owns HorseClicks has them flagged.
I hope so. They're going to get posted under the initials FS instead of CB next. And then maybe JW.
If someone said Wes, check your Insta. Not sure you can see what he sent.
Trying to, I'm just going to get out of here for a second and go do that.
Yeah, one of us could do a tutorial on how to tack up a horse. It's pretty simple to do. I think you can find a lot of those pretty much all over TikTok, though.
Yeah. Neither one of the links are taking me to their ads.
What are you doing, Moosies?
Good job, y'all. Great teamwork.
Well, that was quick.
Cyril has his team, we have ours.
Which is like 90% of the equine community. Oh, his rope halter, he's been tying it wrong the whole way. He never learned how to tie a rope halter. Sorry, I'm gonna eat it.
He started tying it higher up on the nose, though. At some
Which is
point.
nice, finally.
Yeah.
I guys have to go in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that looks like the same link that's been up. Right.
Yeah, he definitely.
When do you think it's going to get under 100? We got 3 more head to ride.
He definitely liked to play Red Dead before this trip, and he's probably going to go right back to playing it after this.
I don't know. He might have had enough of horses for the rest of his life.
I think probably. He's had enough of horse folk for the rest of his life for sure. Anytime he ever touches a horse for the rest of his life, somebody's going to call his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. He has no business. This is not something you can just jump into. This is something that you can just jump into, but with guidance.
Is it back up?
This is not.
Nope, neither link works. Never mind.
This is not Minecraft. You can't just start this on a whim and just expect to be great at it.
Especially back in Texas. And in South
and
Texas.
Honestly, what about it?
For him to try to jump into horses in South Texas.
Dude, and there are people around him that could have helped him, could have given him guidance, even just on proper tack.
And
not
people
lawn
offered.
riders, but horsemanship.
People offered.
Now, I gotta say, there's a lot of.
Not listening.
I actually am quite disappointed in the cowboy community.
Here's the problem, though. Those were not cowboys. I didn't see him associate with an actual cowboy the entire time. They were guys who grew up on Roy Rogers and always wanted to be a cowboy, so they bought some cows at some point. Those are not
there's
cowboys.
also some ropers and etc. And I'll be honest, I mean, ropers have never been my favorite. The way that they treat their
Ropers
horses.
are not cowboys. Ropers are ropers. Cowboys. So I've never seen Yellowstone, but I've seen a scene from it where Jimmy's out there and they catch some yearling and they're like, man, you might make a roper. And he's like, why would I want to freaking go home and rope? That's like a dentist going home and looking at pictures of teeth. But that's how real cowboys feel about it. Like, when I leave the barn after riding my stock, I don't come home and be like, I'm going to go ride more. Like, it's work for us. We have an appreciation for it. None of the people he associated with were like that. They were team ropers. They were rough stock guys. Rodeo cowboys are not cowboys.
Okay,
Bull
well,
riders.
that part of the equine community disappointed me big time.
They've disappointed me.
I mean, but to be honest with you, it didn't really surprise me that much because they're not exactly known. The rough stock out here are not exactly known for taking the best care of their horses anyways, or training very nicely.
Team ropers are pretty awful, I'll be honest.
No offense to the team ropers that don't do that, but unfortunately I see a lot more that are
most of them
terrible people when it comes to their horsemanship than the other way around.
Yeah, but
I said what I said.
Most cowboys, like I said, I didn't see him associated with a single actual cowboy, a single actual rancher. That would have been different. There's a reason he avoided Guthrie. He avoided freaking.
It is funny.
Go
get him, Watch out for Bruce. Ooh, you almost.
Yeah, Sandy Nelson, like that shot.
No, yes.
I mean, to an extent, with the proper hoof care and proper bit use, I don't know. I've seen some ropers do some shit before. And again, I don't want to say it's the entire community because I don't believe that about any community that you should be put into one basket. But I can say that what I have personally seen is that more fall in the lesser horsemanship bracket than, say, like a reiner.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Not everybody.
Not all reiners are good either, and not all jumpers are good, and not all, not everybody in any bracket is great for.
Bullshit.
But
all
there's good people in all, and there's bad people. It just happens that is it back up?
No, I'm just looking at the pictures that we have. But look at that neck inverted. How does he?
All of us cow horse guys are gems.
And you have an equine science degree, don't you?
Me?
Yes.
We both do, Wes and I.
We both do.
Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, like, this is basically like classic equine pain face.
So look, that right there, that muscle right there.
Right in the middle, right?
Yeah, that is not supposed to stick out like that.
No.
He's supposed to have muscle
the last time I saw a neck stick out like that was when my filly broke her neck, the other side of it. So it broke on this side. The whole thing broke, but it stuck out on this side. But there was her muscle right there for the first couple months was super swollen on that one side. And it looked just like that.
Something to think about on this picture specifically, if you look at where that muscle ties in behind the pole down to the shoulder, you see how prominent and huge it is up there? That's from him pulling back.
Mm-hmm.
That's
from him pulling.
From him being drugged.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Cyril dragging him and him pulling back.
Do we have any pictures of Pete's neck from the very beginning?
You should be able to get one off the video of him working cows.
Yeah, the one that he's working cows, he had his real head high.
It wasn't really good
there
too.
I would say back when you first got him, I think he had a couple pictures up. I would love to see the before and after of his neck.
I'll make a before and after at some point.
Kel, there's been legislation proposed about that. The Tennessee Walker stuff. It's come on for about 15 years.
Oh, I don't have it on here.
Bree.
It's easy to get screen grabs from his stuff. He gave us all hard evidence anyway.
There's one where he was standing where he was getting shod and he was getting shaved, and it was right before he got clipped. That
it's stupid to body clip him too.
There you go. Look at the neck difference. Oh, look at his body even back then was terrible.
Yeah,
that's
and he was already
never been taught to lift his back.
But he's wormy too. Like he looks like he's crazy wormy.
He's either wormy or he's just malnourished. Either one. But
because remember when he first came out, we all thought he was sway backed.
Mm-hmm.
He is sway backed.
Sorry,
he could be an easy keeper, you guys. We've never seen him when he's been fully fed the way that the calories that he's expending. Like we don't know what he looks like that.
Thanks, Mandy.
There you go. Perfect. Look at the difference in the neck muscles.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He's dropped a bunch.
I don't think he looks like he has Cushing's.
No, he doesn't. I don't think.
I don't think that
He did clip him.
Rusty at all.
He clipped him.
But look,
Before
you
they
can
left
see his neck.
Texas.
His neck muscles are a lot more even.
They're
They look a lot
round.
more like they're supposed to. They're actually more filled out. He still has a little bit of fat in there.
This is after they trailered to Wyoming.
Is that Wyoming or is that in Island Park?
This is where the kid was riding in Wyoming.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
think- So he had only
that's
just
at the
recently
hideout.
got Pete. Remember, he trailered
Yeah.
through after he got him. He only had him for like 2 weeks or something
That
before.
was like 2 or 3 weeks.
And one or two of those weeks, he was like down for the count.
It was 3 weeks because he hid in silver for a week to get to the hideout, which is hilarious. That he took
So
pictures
most of
and
the
like,
time that he'd had him at that point, he wasn't really using him that much for it to make that big of a difference. But so that means from 3 weeks on till the end is how his neck has changed.
That's pathetic, dude.
That is insane.
See,
Find us a body shot of him, Bree.
that was
body.
Jackson,
that-
Wyoming.
Yeah, that's in outside of Jackson at that community arena.
Mm-hmm.
That's before that.
I mean, he was looking pretty rough coming out of that pasture.
He still had some top line though.
Okay. Not much. I mean,
Much as he can
I
have
feel like
for-
he looked like shit the entire time.
Same.
So
but
he
he still
did,
had a
but some
limp.
of that was conformational because of his back.
Yeah.
Like he is sway backed. Like
I don't know. Look at
That
the
is a
pictures.
horse.
He doesn't seem sway-backed anymore.
he's swayed.
I think he's got really big
swayed.
withers. Is he swayed? I can't tell.
Swayed, but he's swayed forward. So that happens when you never teach a horse to you ride the
Lift.
shit out of a horse too much, and you never teach him to lift their back and round. See, he's still swayed. He's just swayed forward to what you're used to seeing.
Oh, look at the neck muscles down by his shoulder.
Yeah, super tight, super
Oh
lean.
my God.
Look how narrow he is in the front now too. You can even tell from the
Mm-hmm.
side view how narrow he is.
Weston,
And
I
that
have
flat line from the point of his hip, that is not supposed
He
to
didn't
be
have
that
any of
flat.
those marks on his sides either, right?
Nope.
Oh, that's right where something would be, huh?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Right
God, it
on
makes
his
me
ribs.
mad.
Well, and if you look at his withers too, you see the prominence where it goes up and then back down. That's new.
Yeah, that's weird.
In the top line that I saw.
Yeah, that's
Well, you see how there's
opposite.
almost like a mountain, like a peak where his
Yeah.
withers are, and then it comes back down over by the neck. That's not normal either.
Like he's allowed to have high withers.
Yeah.
but
No,
as
high
long
withers
as,
is fine, but you
he
see how it
has
goes
top-
up and then comes back down?
But the thing is,
Right.
that's supposed to be muscle.
Yeah.
That bone does do that, but usually it's covered in muscle, so it doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been around a lot of off the track thoroughbreds, and I can tell you I've seen a million shark fins, and that's a
Brit-
bare shark fin.
Britt just posted hers today or yesterday, and there's a shark fin, but that right there, that's a fucking whale shark.
Another
fin.
reason why I don't like OTTBs for myself is because I ride bareback, and shark fins don't feel very good.
Look what Bruce has. What is that?
Yeah, his knees are fucked too.
Is it? No, you tell me, what is it?
It's
Is it a caterpillar?
Yeah, Kevin nailed it. When you feed them, they typically don't do that
it's a liar. It's not.
unless they're metabolic. But I don't think he's
I don't know what
metabolic.
it is. It's a
He
little
looked a lot better than this before.
Oh, he got himself a little.
baby mouse.
No, that's a baby. Wes, help me out. What are those little tiny lizards that go on the outside of your house here in Texas?
Those?
What? Yeah, gecko.
Gecko?
That's a baby gecko.
Oh, he killed the baby cat.
Yeah, him or the cat
always
got
try
it.
to sell me insurance. I hate them.
I mean, I think they're cute. Evan, don't touch it. Go wash your hands now.
Take it easy, Danny.
Now you have to watch your shoulder.
No, it's a bait. Either
a
my dog or
gecko.
my cat caught like an infant. But it's definitely a gecko. The name was skipping my brain. Okay. I'm going to have to go get my daughter here really soon. I'm just going to be outside for about 10 minutes and then I got to go. No, we have a Nolans here too. These are green. This was definitely a gecko. I just couldn't remember the name. We used to have an Anole actually.
I'm too traditional for the anal.
I think they're cute, the little geckos. Yeah. All horses are easy keepers when you don't feed them.
You mean hard keepers?
No, they're easy keepers when you don't have to feed them. It's pretty easy to not feed your horse.
Yeah, it is. They don't keep very long though.
Mm-mm. And the thing is we told everybody that, listen, Falcon looks good right this very second. Yeah. But there's going to be a moment of plateau. And that's before his body starts. All of a sudden, you're going to see it all catch up at once. Remember, there's a whole video I think Marissa did on this.
And it's all going to compound in a matter of a couple of weeks.
And we told everybody that this was good. Like, everybody was like, he looks great. What are you talking about? And we're like, he looks okay. But right now, it's going to plateau for a little while. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see a huge dip in his weight and his muscling. And it's exactly what happened.
Even then, good and great.
That is my house. Dresses. Can you see anything crazy on my house? I don't think so. You can see my Christmas lights are still up.
Yeah, but it's Texas. They stay up year round as tradition.
Oh, yeah. I don't really care if anybody knows what my address is. I have nothing to hide. Come.
Shoot, Tassie sent us all a picture of her house the other day.
Yeah, I'm. What is he going to do? Is he going to come to my house? If he really wanted to, he could get my address. I have a business, so.
I mean, you have his too, so does it really matter?
Yeah, I have it. I have yours too.
It's the Cold War now. Who's gonna spill first?
I'll put it out there. I do. I'm in Texas. I'm not worried about it one iota.
Like, you can see how much more his hips are.
How to use her protection better than Cyril.
I'm pretty sure I know how to use my protection better than Cyril. Not to mention, I do mounted archery, you guys. I have no problems.
He's still alive. For $16,000, he can be yours. But don't do that. That's a stupid move. Yeah,
I'm talking in code.
Yeah, that's not good.
Y'all see how much?
Go ahead.
Oh my God!
Go.
Y'all see how much more his hip is pointed up?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I needed to say, Wes.
I was gonna point out too. You can tell he smoothed the picture when he edited it.
Yeah.
Because the horse is very obviously in worse condition, but you can't see ribs as prominently. He 100% blended. Yeah, you can still see him, but they're more obvious in the top picture than the bottom, I think. And it's because he ran a smooth over the ribs in the picture.
Oh, he might have just completely edited them out.
I could have.
And Pete's back up. They're both back up.
For how much longer?
20 years
old, and he wants.
I like how
they're closed.
He looks so drunk.
He's a champion jumper right now.
He's sitting like he thinks he has to look regal, and he looks like a jackass.
That bit is loose,
noble and regal steeds.
Zoom in on a little more, please. I can't.
Well, this one has like super high contrast.
No, this bit's like not sick. Like the bridle, I think, is a little loose on him.
Is he just keep on changing the price tight on them?
He snugged that bitch up.
He needed to get that on there. But yeah, that bit's definitely way too low in his mouth.
That's kind of subjective because we ride a lot of our performance horses where it doesn't sit square in the corner so that they feel more release when you let go.
Yeah, I let Barbie hold her bit.
Yeah, we teach them to hold instead of have it in the crease. Like, we don't want wrinkles, we don't want touching, because when you let go, yeah, you get a lot more response. Like, if you think about it, if I hold my hand here and I can feel it, and I hold my hand here and I can't, like, I notice a lot more when I touch my shoulder and then pull off than if, like, I'm here and then I just touch more.
Yeah, and well, I always put it like this. where it's just touching the corner of the mouth. I don't do how people do like the 2 lines and shit like that. And you guys can do this to yourself and feel the difference. You still feel when it's touching right here. But if you start like this, if you need to make it go this, it's not much of a difference. But if you go from here to here or here to here, there's a difference and you can feel it, right? So the horses are the same way.
When you're training, you get a lot clearer signal and you get a lot more response out of a horse when it's not already in that crease.
Yeah, I much prefer if I'm going to ride in a bit, which is rare.
Well, you know me and my haggard horse.
I'm usually in a bozal or in a side pull, but Barbie neck reins and she uses a lot of seat and legs, so it's a lot easier for me with her. But if I am going to use a bit, I'm going to use a bit that is just she's holding it. Are they getting reported, or is he removing them and changing?
The last one got reported. I know Falcons got reported because every time I saw it yesterday, it said it had been flagged. So I think people are reporting both of them now.
Good. So I hear y'all, but like he's carrying a lot of tension in his face, and he also does not look like he's carrying the bit.
But I don't think the tension is caused by the bit. I think
it's because there's somebody on his back and it hurts.
I think there are a lot of factors for it, but he's also not holding it well.
No, but he's clinching it. You can tell he's biting down on it and clinching it, but horses will do that.
I think I just
just from experience, horses do that when they're like tense about anything.
Hey, you're not throwing mud at the house, are you?
It's like people clenching their jaws when they're stressed. Like I do that.
You are going to get in big trouble, boy.
Did he just laugh at you?
Don't do that. He's throwing mud at the windows. Dad's going to get real mad. I'm telling you, don't do it. I'm going to go pick up your...
So real quick, before we end this, can we talk about how he did his little I Made It dance and he never even got to Spokane?
Barely across the border.
Yeah.
Guys, I got to head out. I got to go get my daughter and then take my son to his